It's coming.
Okay,
All
here we go.
right, we're being live streamed. Here we go. We're just wait a second for our people to get settled here. And we are happy to have you guys with us here. So thank you guys all for coming tonight. We're with our West Coast girls. So for them, it's 5 o'clock, but for us on the East Coast, it is 8 o'clock.
If
And
it's 5
we
o'clock, I need a cocktail.
There we go. This is 5 o'clock time on a Saturday night, but we're going to talk tonight about how to stay above the wellness line. We all want to stay healthy as we possibly can be. And we know that our Young Living oils help us to do that. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, how we can stay above the wellness line, how we can stay as healthy as possible. So I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. I just want to tell you, if there's anyone new out here who's not on our team, there'll be a special prize for anyone who decides to join our team tonight and purchase something. So just go ahead and send me a message if you've done that so I can make sure you get in on the drawing. We're going to be giving away a free oil for anybody new who watches the video and decides they want to join our team and purchase something tonight. So that's an
Absolutely.
option. Yeah.
It's not a little nothing oil too. It's great. So you want to get in on that action.
Sounds good, huh? All right. So we've got you covered from coast to coast. I'm Chris. I'm in Florida. And then our other teacher.
I'm Rochelle. I'm in California, Sunshine State.
Here we go. We're coast to coast people. But how do we stay above the wellness line? That's what we want to tell you about. So we're going to start off. I want to show you a little graphic here on how you can keep your immune system strong. So to keep your immune system strong, here are some things that you absolutely want to think about. You want to think about eating a healthy diet. A healthy diet is one of the most important things to keep your immune system strong. And we're going to tell you about a product Young Living has that I absolutely love, that for me personally helps to keep my immune system going and my body going strong. Number two, we're going to talk about exercise. Exercise is really, really important because it not only does it help us de-stress, but it boosts our overall circulation. That makes it easier for those immune cells that fight infection to run around the body to get where they're needed to keep our bodies strong. So you want to think about what you're putting into your body, and you want to make sure that it's getting around the system from some aerobic exercise, some vigorous exercise. You need to stay active to keep your immune system strong. You also, as our chart here says, number three, you need to keep your body hydrated. Your lymph carries infection fighting immune cells around the body. So it's made up of water. You absolutely need to have water in your system to stay hydrated. If you're dehydrated, that's a downer for the immune system. So you want to stay hydrated. Number four, you want to make sure you get plenty of rest. We're going to talk a little bit more about sleep and what we can do to make sure we get enough sleep, because when you sleep, that's when your body repairs itself. That's how you can keep your immune system strong. And you want to minimize stress, because if you have chronic stress in your system, there's a response in your body that cuts down your immune system. So keep calm, cool, and collected as you possibly can to keep your immune system strong. You have a better chance of getting sick if you don't get enough, if you have too much stress in your life. So let's talk a little bit about these particular items and what we can do. So Rochelle and I are here tonight to help you guys figure out how you can keep your immune system going and keep your immune system strong. So here's something that's affecting a lot of people right now. This condition is called SAD. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of SAD? SAD is stands for seasonal affective disorder. So it's a disorder that you can get that gives you symptoms like depression. You can be fatigued without really doing much. You could be sleeping too much. You could be tearful. So what they've found when they studied people who have this disorder, is they have less serotonin than a lot of people. So we want to think about keeping the serotonin going in the body to keep it strong, to keep us happy. Here's another little something that you might think about. This is something that I really love that Young Living has to keep you as happy as possible. It's called Joy. So this is one product that you want to think about. It goes right here on your heart to keep you as happy as possible. Joy. And there's another protocol that goes for another class. It's called Gary's Great Day Protocol. So if you haven't seen that class, it's on my YouTube page. You can check it out. Or if you have a few friends and you want to plan a class, we can do that for you also. We were talking about serotonin. So when you think about serotonin, it's actually a neurotransmitter. It keeps us happy. It keeps our mood stabilized. And we talked about how exercise can help the serotonin be leveled out in the body, but you have to have all the amino acids your body needs. One of them is called tryptophan. And tryptophan is kind of hard to get into your system. Tryptophan helps your body make these neurotransmitters like melatonin and serotonin that can regulate our sleep. And we were talking about not only do we need exercise, but we also need sleep to keep our immune system strong. So this is something that I absolutely love. It's called Pure Protein Complete. This is my breakfast a lot of days. I'll take 1 scoop of this with a banana. And that is the breakfast that I have many, many days. What's interesting that I found out, I just know that I like the taste of it. And when I exercise, I need protein. And that's a quick, non-fattening protein breakfast you can have. But that has all the amino acids that the body needs. There's some amino acids you make, some of them you have to eat to make proteins for your body. But that drink in the morning gives you all the amino acids your body needs to make the protein that your body needs. And it has that tryptophan in it that's really good to make serotonin for your moods. So all of those kind of pile together. And that's actually another class that we have about Young Living nutrition that you might want to tune into on another day. But you might want to think about, if you're a person who likes smoothies in the morning, Pure Protein Complete gives you the amino acids to make the proteins to keep you happy. So that's something else that I wanted to share with you guys. So when you're thinking about keeping your immune system strong, you also want to think about what tears it down. Well, us at Young Living, we know what synthetic fragrance and synthetic chemicals do to your body. They actually tear your body down because it's fighting it. It's not something natural coming into your system. So what you want to think about to keep your immune system strong is, what are you putting on your body or around? So myself personally, I love Thieves. Now you get one of these containers. This is a Thieves Soap. It has the Thieves blend of essential oils in here, but it's an immune system builder. So what I do is I'll get one of these, take 3/4 of the bottle, put it somewhere else, leave 1/4 in here, fill it with water, shake it up. And I have a nice soap they call it a hand soap, but I also use it in the shower. So I know this is not going to tear my immune system down. So this is something that I really like to use. And another product that I clean the entire house with is the Thieves Cleaner, because this does not have any synthetic fragrance in it. And it actually will be building my body. So those are some things that you might want to think about to keep your immune system strong. What are you fighting off? So when I'm visiting people, when I walk into the house, I can smell. If there's some kind of a fragrance in there that's synthetic, it hits me like a ton of bricks. So when you get your body built up, you notice things like that right away. So a good idea to keep your immune system strong, get rid of the synthetics. It's a great thing to think about. And we talked about Thieves as an essential oil blend that's in those products. Well, this is number one. If we're talking keeping your immune system strong, this is number one. And in the Vitality line, I have it around here somewhere. I just take my Thieves Vitality Oil, open it up, and a lot of mornings I'll just drop it on my tongue. And especially if I'm out and around people with what's going on around us, we want to keep our immune systems built up. I make sure if I haven't had a drop of Thieves Vitality before I go out, that I have the drop of Thieves Vitality when I come home. So to build your immune system, this is number one on my list. I make sure that I do that. What else do I do? Well, if I feel my immune system is threatened before I go to bed or in the morning, one of these, it's Inner Defense. It's really a blend of thieves oil and oregano oil. So there again, if I'm not using my Inner Defense to keep my immune system pumped up, I have my oregano oil and my thieves oil. These both come in the Vitality line, and you can take a drop, put it with some water. This is not something that you want to try, even the Vitality line, to just take by itself. You want to mix it. It's actually better even if you mix it with a little olive oil or a little honey, because it's a super, super strong essential oil. So that's something else that I like to do to keep my immune system strong. I got a lot more things to tell you, but I'm going to just turn it over to Rochelle so she can share some things with you, and then I'll tell you the rest that I have in store with you later. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so I'm actually a shopper. I do grocery shopping for people. And so probably about a year and a half ago, I started with Young Living. So I've learned a lot. But what I do every morning when I get up, I'm going to start with where Chris left off, and that's Thieves. So with me at all times is the Thieves hand sanitizer, and it comes in a little bottle. I don't know if you can see it. And I use this on the grocery cart, but I use it for my hands. I get out the car, I'm using it. Get back in the car, I'm using it. But I don't leave home without the Thieves. I have one that sits in my car. I have one in my purse. So it's always with me, just to help with anything that might be floating out there. You know, they want us to be hyper vigilant when you're touching things. So that's why this blend is always with me. The Thieves actually is a blend. And Chris, I'm going to try and quote this. It's got cinnamon bark, clove, rosemary, and what are the two that I'm missing? What'd you say? You're muted, Chris.
I am muted. All right. We've got clove, lemon, cinnamon, rosemary inside of there.
Yeah. So those work by themselves. They're even more so. So I have the spray, but then also what I do is I take a drop of the Thieves, like Chris was saying. I'll always put that on my tongue. Again, if I forget, which I don't, but then I'll take one at night. But then I also put a drop on my mask. Now, let's say I forgot this, the Vitality. I just take the spray it right on my mask. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes if you feel like the fragrance of the cinnamon is a bit much to inhale, just air it out for a moment and then you're good to go. But the Thieves goes on the mask. So I've got a double defense going on, right? So that's what I do every day as I'm walking out the door. And so then I start my day, right? I've got my Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is a superfood supplement. And so if you're lacking in the way of different fruits and vegetables, you need to boost your antioxidants. This is one of the beverages you're really going to need. I take the Ningxia Red. 1 ounce is what I take every day. You can take 2, absolutely, but I just take 1. I add a drop. Here we go. Of the lemon Vitality. And I forgot one that I had with me, another oil. And lately, because my household has fallen below the wellness line, I've been good, but I have other people in my house that haven't been feeling well. So I just put up both my fists and I added oregano. Let me get a little closer. There we go. And then I added thyme, marjoram. I don't need rosemary because rosemary comes in Thieves. And the reason why I don't have these two in the Vitality, but I wanted to show them to you, is because they're like sometimes people refer to them as the Italian mafia, but they're a powerhouse and they help give your immune system a boost. It's like, I didn't want to get whatever it was that they had, which wasn't bad, but it was enough to kind of take them out for, a day or two. And I wanted to make sure I stayed above the wellness line. So I just started pumping in a drop. Now, I tried to do what Chris said you probably don't want to do, and it wasn't great. I mean, it just was absolutely awful. It was too much. But when I put it in the Ningxia, it was tolerable, and a lot of times if I take something else that's similar to that, I will put it in olive oil, and it definitely makes it palatable. So that's what I do on the regular. Along with that, it seems like the cold air has been bothering me, and I've been sounding like a tea kettle. And I mean, it's been relentless. It really has. So the other thing that I keep with me, so that they don't find me, in a parking lot somewhere, be like, well, who is that? What's going on? She stopped breathing. And that's to open up my airway. And so I've been using a couple of different things. I use Raven. Raven is a blend of a few different oils. It's got eucalyptus. Oh, good grief. I want peppermint. Hold on. Let me tell you what it has in it, because I made a couple of different types of blends. Let's see. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I wanted to tell you exactly what is in it, because it actually, sometimes my chest feels really tight. Camphor, there we go. Camphor, lemon, wintergreen, peppermint, and eucalyptus radiata. And so what I end up doing is I will put some on my chest, rub it in, give it maybe 30 seconds, and inside of 2 minutes, it's calmed me down. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me the other day. I forgot it. Couldn't find it. I didn't know where it was. But all of a sudden, things started kind of going a little hairy for me. And I was like, well, why don't I have it with me? What did I do with it? And I was a little worried. So what I had with me was peppermint and Panaway. Panaway is actually something that we use with inflammation all over your body. You can use it for things that give you trouble with maybe your joints and your muscles. And I knew that blend and the peppermint, it would assist me. And I'm telling you, I was excited, but I was really surprised too. Put the peppermint on. I probably put a few extra drops more than I really should have, but rubbed it in, and it really calmed me down. Now, I'd never done that before, but I was worried. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because if I, again, if I pass out in the parking lot, it's going to be an issue. But yeah, so I was really super excited about that. But I love the fact that sometimes you don't have what you need, but there's a portion of what you need in your oils. And, again, it calmed me down. And then I used what helps with, in the way of anxiety and stress. And then I had some Valor. So in order to make sure that I feel like my level of anxiety, because maybe I'm starting to feel a certain way, again, things to kind of calm me down. And then I use the Valor. So that's what I'm using every day. And then I don't know, Chris, do you want me to say, or do you want me to share everything? Or I got a couple more things. I can use those at the end though.
Okay, I can take over now.
Okay.
I just want to tell you guys before I forget, I want to tell you about Super C. If you guys haven't looked into Super C from Young Living, it's amazing. It is chewable. There's a chewable and a non-chewable, but the chewable one is really my favorite. And the chewable one has both of them have bioflavonoids in it. So what it means is it's made from citrus fruit. So you're getting your vitamin C from food. That's the joy of Young Living supplements. You're actually getting food into your system, and that's why your body absorbs it so well. Not only that reason do you absorb it so well, but they have essential oils in their supplements. And with the essential oils, the vitamins take a ride into the cell with the essential oils and you absorb a ton of it. Normally, if you would take a C, you might absorb about 30% of it. But with the Young Living supplements, like a Young Living C, you're going to absorb about 86% of it. So actually, if the price of the supplement was, but it's not, 3 times what you would pay, that is the same amount of vitamin that you're getting. But Super C has rose hip fruit powder in it, orange peel powder in it. It's just made from botanicals. So it's really, really good for you. It has lemon, orange, lime, tangerine, and grapefruit all in the Super C. So it's definitely worth looking into getting yourself the supplement of Super C. Now, you won't absorb your C if you don't have D in your system. And most doctors, I know our doctors here in Florida, they're testing everybody when they do your yearly blood work to see if you have enough D in your system. And even though this is the Sunshine State, none of us seem to have enough D in our systems. So the Young Living also has a Super D. So the Super D is something to think about to make sure you're able to absorb your other vitamins that the body needs to stay above the wellness line and keep yourself healthy. So those are 2 things that you might think about to keep your immune system strong. Do you have enough D and do you have enough C? And if you're going to take a supplement, why not take a supplement you're actually going to absorb? The bioavailability of the Young Living supplements is almost 3 times what normally it would be because basically of it being made from foods and the essential oils that are in there. So that's all something that's worth looking into. So what happened with me, let me tell you for a minute about something that really interested me from the start. Young Living has another protocol, which is a whole nother class, so I'm not going to go into it too deeply, called the Raindrop Technique. But the Raindrop Technique is a way of dripping essential oils on your spine, getting them into your system. And when you do that, when you get these into your system, it helps to keep your immune system strong. So that actually takes another person with you, and that takes time because you're supposed to leave a little bit of time in between the different oils that you drop on your spine. But to quicken everything up, get the oils into my system very quickly, I want to show you what I've made here. This is my Raindrop Roller. So what I've done is there's actually a kit called the Raindrop Kit that you can buy that has all the oils and the carrier oil in it. But I just took drops of the different oils that are in the Raindrop Technique, put them in a roller, carry this around with me, put it on my neck or wherever I can get on my spine. If my husband can help me by putting it down my spine. This is to help keep myself above the wellness line. It does some really beautiful other things for the body, but you might want to think about getting those oils together that are in the Raindrop Technique, making yourself a roller and having it around for when your immune system feels threatened. So this is just our true story that my husband and myself started with Young Living, was it 4 or 5 years ago now when we were living in Africa still. From that point till today, we've never dropped below the wellness line. We have our supplements, we have our things, but the one thing we really attribute to helping us the most is this super antioxidant drink. Rochelle was telling you about Ningxia Red. Well, this is the packets. It comes in the bottle. It comes in the packets. But we were just, when we were living in Africa, because it cost a lot of money to get it shipped over there, we would just share a packet a day. Or actually, there was a time I had started taking it later. My husband was just taking 1 ounce a day, which is half of these packets. And this is full of antioxidants. It has like 100 times the amount of antioxidants as blueberries. It has a ton of antioxidant use in here to help cleanse your system. If you keep your system clean with antioxidants, like this is from the Ningxia wolfberry mostly, plus 5 other juices, that helps to keep your immune system strong. So if you keep your immune system strong by keeping your system clean, Ningxia Red is something I personally feel has helped us. When we moved back to the United States, I started taking it also. So we take an ounce or two every day. Most days 2 ounces, but some days we just take an ounce. So another thing that we do personally to keep our immune system strong is when I get up every morning, I used to take a half a lemon and squeeze it into water. Well, lemons were not very expensive in Africa, but in the United States, lemons are expensive. So what I found is lemon vitality. The lemon vitality, a drop in water is the start of my everyday, and my husband also. So when we get up, the first thing we do is have a glass of water with 1 drop of lemon vitality oil in it. And if you do that, lemon has limonene in it. Limonene helps keep your system clean. There again, you keep your system clean, you keep your system strong. So I'm sure that has absolutely helped us out too. We talked a little bit earlier about sleep. Well, sleep is something that's hard to come by for a lot of us. So what happens? You know you need sleep to keep your immune system strong. We actually have another class where we talk about sleep. But just real briefly, if you can't sleep, I have my little personal protocol that I go to when I need help sleeping. If I'm laying there, normally I put my diffuser by my bed, and I love to have lavender and cedarwood. Lavender is relaxing, cedarwood shuts the brain off. So that usually helps me to fall asleep. If that doesn't do it, sitting by my bed, I have my Tranquil roll-on. So I'll roll this. My father taught me. I tried this out one time. He told me, you need Tranquil if you can't sleep. So I rolled it on my forehead. I'm like, Dad, it didn't help. He's like, did you roll it 4 times across your forehead? I'm like, no, you need to roll it 4 times across your forehead. So I took it and I rolled it 4 times across my forehead. And you know what? I went right to sleep. So I don't know. It's just a personal little trick we have. Tranquil 4 times across the forehead. If your brain is like going high speed and you still can't sleep, my last case scenario, I go from the cheaper items to the more expensive items. Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is the ultimate end of the protocol when you're just not sleeping. 1 drop of Dreamcatcher either on your neck or on your forehead. That does the trick. But we need sleep to keep our immune system strong. The body repairs itself when you're sleeping. So you might want to think about what can you do to help yourself get that 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep at night. It's really, really important. So the last thing I wanted to tell you guys about, which is kind of an interesting subject, we are learning about all of these different supplements that can help you. We're learning about different food items that can help you, how cleaners can help you. But what happened was I started buying Super C, Super D, and I was talking to a friend and she's like, why are you buying all these different supplements? You would save yourself money by getting Master Formula. And Master Formula, this is how it comes. Master Formula is a really interesting product because it has in it everything that the body needs. It has, you can see it's how many? 4 different little things in here. So what's in it? It's a superior multivitamin. It's like an all-in-one. If you end up buying a lot of different supplements and you're like, I just want one, Master Formula is something you should think about. It has prebiotics in it. It has gut flora in it for your gut. It helps neutralize free radicals. It has antioxidants, vitamins and minerals. And again, it's all food-based. It has 55 different botanical sources in it. It has Ningxia wolfberry in it. It has turmeric in it. So this is like an all-in-one kind of a packet. And what we do, because it's about, I think it's about $86 for the packet for a month. So we'll take one day, skip it the next day, and then one the next day. So because I said we're absorbing 86%, if we took another multivitamin, this has given us a lot more good food nutrients. And it'll last us, well, it lasts us a month for the 2 of us, but it would last us 2 months if only one of us is taking it. It also has essential oils in it. It has cardamom in it, clove, fennel, and ginger. All of these are in here too, which are great for your system. It has the liquid capsule, which is the essential oils. The other one is a nutrient capsule. And then I think there's 2 of those, and the phyto caplet, which is food, vegetables, and herbs that the body needs. So Rochelle, I'm throwing it back over to you, and go ahead and finish up on what you have for everyone tonight.
Okay, so I wanted to share exactly what piggyback off of what Chris was saying about sleep. My go-to is lavender and cedarwood, but I like to add in different ones. Maybe sometimes I'll add in orange, or I will add in, it's usually a citrus that I'll add in, just to kind of change it up a little bit. But what I also like to use, and the top of it is torn off, but this is actually for babies and children. And it is called, it's part of our seedlings line. It's a linen spray. And the aroma is lavender, and it's referred to as calm. I use it every night, and I spray my pillow. If I'm troubled or anxious for some reason, sometimes I might be awake and I know I've got to go back to sleep. I need to make sure that I go back to sleep. I will spray my pillow again. So that's what I'll do. But it really does help me drift off to sleep. But I started an evening routine where I try to diffuse a little bit sooner. They say, 20 to 30 minutes before you go to bed, it helps to relax. And then, of course, the other thing that I do, I apply oils on me, and that is Valor. I like to put that on my shoulders and the back of my neck. It just helps you relax. The cute little term we refer to Valor as a chiropractor in a bottle. It is a blend oil, but it really does help to relax. A lot of stress and anxiety is held in your shoulders. You find yourself, tensing up, and the Valor helps you to relax. So that's really what I will use every day. Whatever I put in my diffuser, sometimes I will apply it, the lavender and the cedarwood, I'll apply it. But for the most part, it's usually just the Valor, the back of my neck and on my shoulders. So that's my nighttime routine. Some of the other things that I use to keep myself above the wellness line is a couple of supplements that Young Living has. Yeah, I talked about the Ningxia Red, but I like to take the Sulfurzyme. The Sulfurzyme, you can see that the lighting is kind of crazy. Sulfurzyme comes in a powder and capsules. I take the capsules because it's just convenient for me, but a lot of the other ladies I know, they take the powder. And the reason why I love taking the Sulfurzyme is it helps me with inflammation in my joints and my muscles. But the other thing that it does, it actually supports your immune system, helps cleanse and push things out that do not need to be there, and they help kind of suppress your immune system. But it has the wolfberries in it, which help work and scavenge out those free radicals. Again, those things, they wear your immune system down, and that's how you end up falling below the wellness line. So I like to take the Sulfurzyme every day. When I find myself slacking on it, my body feels it. So I was like, oh, maybe I haven't taken my Sulfurzyme. So I make sure I do that. And then the other thing I do is, because I'm struggling like many people to have a balanced diet, it will not be the death of me. That's what I will tell you. And we have a supplement called multigreens. And the multigreens I take at lunch and at bedtime. It's a way to help get the green things in your body that you need. And so I like taking the multigreens. It helps remind me. It won't replace. You need to eat real food, but it will add to where I'm lacking. And so, but it's a good reminder. So if when I take it, it's like, well, have you had any vegetables? Well, you need to make sure you get some vegetables. That's the crazy conversation I have in my head myself. But I like taking the multigreens. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you that I got, and we don't have it all the time, and I bought it, and now we're sold out. It's called Red Shot. And I hope you can see it. Yeah, there you go. The Red Shot is a blend. It's a citrus blend. But I add it to my Ningxia Red. But a lot of times I'll just put it on my tongue. And what I love about the red shot, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about that. Let me pull that up because I lost the info. Okay, hold on. It's got, it's the wrong one. See, why am I doing this? Having dead air. Here we go. Red shot is tangerine, mandarin, lime, grapefruit, cassia, and spearmint. And so those are powerhouses, but they help keep you above that wellness line. And that's what we're all striving for. We're in that season, you know, of the year where there's lots of things that are floating around and we don't want to catch anything. But hands down, what I do every day to make sure that I stay where I want to be is Thieves. Thieves is in my mask. It's on my hands. It's in the air. It helps pull those negative ions out the air and helps us to breathe in the good, healthy things that we need to so that we stay above the wellness line. So that's really what I have. And anybody have any questions?
Well, I'm with you, Rochelle. Let me just conclude here quickly, and then we'll take everybody's questions. I did not talk about Sulfurzyme, but I have the powder and I have the capsules. So that, like you said, take your choice, what you think is better for you. But they're two beautiful things. And another thing, of course, Young Living is mostly just essential oils that people are familiar with. When you diffuse every day, you're helping to take the gunk that's in the air and drop it to the ground so you don't breathe it in. So diffusing is a great way to keep your airspace clean, to keep yourself above the wellness line, to keep your immune system strong. So let me just go ahead and share. I had a lot of pictures, but I'm not good about bringing them up. But just to conclude, these are the things that we really want to think about. We want to think about eating a healthy diet. And if you guys haven't, if you do smoothies in the morning, pure protein complete is great to make sure that your melatonin, your serotonin are working properly in your body. You get all your amino acids out of that to build your body up. Exercise is super important. You want to make sure that you exercise 30 minutes a day is what the doctors say. So make sure that you're exercising. Hydrate your body. And one thing we didn't talk about, when it gets colder, it's hard to drink water. Well, lemon vitality, lime vitality in your water actually helps you drink it. So if you're having, and we also have the Young Living drops with some flavoring in them. You might think about putting that in your water if you're having trouble consuming enough water to keep yourself hydrated. Sleep. Make sure you have some kind of protocol backup if you can't sleep that you can add to your system. Get your diffusers going at night with those relaxing oils, whichever ones you like, peace and calming, stress away, or lavender and cedarwood like us. Try very hard to keep yourself de-stressed. We know we have those beautiful oils for that too. But that's basically what we had for you all. If you feel a little threatened, pull out your ImmuPro or your Inner Defense. Both of these are supplements that are super for your system. And just to keep yourself healthy, think about what you're cleaning your home with, what you're putting on your body soap-wise. And my number one go-to would be Thieves and Ningxia. So that's what we had for you all, and we're happy to take any questions that you might have. Anybody have any questions for us? And let's say goodbye to everybody on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. Bye.